All right, you're welcome to this demo, but this is more than a demo. It's more like the basic training of how to run a test using HealthServe software. So please, we implore you to watch it to the end so that you get all the training you need for you to make use of your promo access. So to start with, you need to visit healthserve.org. So you type on any browser you're using, healthserve as written .org. So you click on enter. So that will bring you to HealthServe, and you're right now in HealthServe. So you click on this icon that has three horizontal lines that has square shape. Click on it. It will expand the menu on the mobile interface. First of all, go ahead and click on register. When you click on register, you see the drop down for patient registration, staff registration, institution registration. Please take note of this staff registration. We're going to make reference to it later. But at this point, we are doing institution registration. So I've clicked on that. Right. So now we're the institution. For you to now onboard your institution on this system, go ahead and select all the field. If it's for lab, put your lab name, put your lab phone number. Repeat that phone number once more here. Then select your country. Select your country. Select your country here, where the lab is located, then phone number of the lab, confirm that phone number for the lab, the physical address of your lab, the contact person for the lab, the password that will be used to control this account so that only you can access it. Then add that password one more time. Then the date of establishment for this lab. Please, to make this easy for you, simply click on the calendar we have here, and when you open this calendar, touch on this date, that is 2023. Touch on that 2023. When you touch it, it's going to open this scroll down for you to select the date you want. So once you get to that date, you set it and the job is done. If you have your lab logo, it will be important because that will be used to design the printout from your lab results. So if you have your lab logo, please add it from here. This upload image is for your lab logo. Please don't go and put an image, maybe the front entrance to your lab premises. That is not a logo. It will not look good. If you don't have, don't bother. Just leave it open. System will use a default placeholder until when you get your lab logo ready. You can come and upload it. There is a place for you to upload it later. Now, promo code digital health. This is where to put it. Promo code digital, type digital health here. Promo code digital health, one word. And then lastly, before you register, don't forget to check this I am not a robot. It's very important. If you don't do that, you can't successfully sign up. So if you have done all of this completely as described, click on register institution. And once that is done, you get your user ID. You can log in with your user ID or with your email. Anyone you choose to use to log in, you can do so. Now that you are registered, it's time for you to log into your account at this point. So you click on login. Remember, at this point, you're logging into your lab account or hospital account, as the case may be. All right, so I've clicked on login. So waiting for the login to open up. Now I'm in the login page. So I have to log in. I want to use my ID. You can see use ID or email. The email you use to sign up this account, you can use it to log in as well. So, but I want to use ID because the ID is already saved on this device previously. So the ID is this and the password associated with that. So I click I'm not a robot and then I log in. So now that I'm in, you touch this circle that has three horizontal lines that has more like a gray color. Touch it. what it will do is that it will expand this menu you have by the side, so you can see what functions they hold on each of the icon you're seeing. So I touch it, you can see it has expanded it. Now what I want to do is to first of all enroll my staff, because in every institution is staff that drive operation there, so staff are very important. You remember I made reference to staff registration on the home page of this system. So if you are asked your staff to go there and register, you can simply, they will get their staff ID. You can simply enter that their staff ID just like this and click enroll staff. The job is done. They can start working when we get to the staff operation on the system. So, but in the event that you don't want to use that option, you want to enroll them straight into the system by yourself, then click on register new staff. Fill this form as completely as possible, though some options here are, some input here are optional, like national ID, you can see is optional field, so you can leave those ones, but other things you fill them. They also, the image of the staff which you have to pick from upload image is optional. So once you fill this form, you're going to get a staff ID, and also use the email of that staff to create this account, so that in their own login they can also log in with their email or with their user ID. Once you finish filling it, click on add staff button like this. It will be added if you have done in field all the field. So now we assume we have added the staff. The next thing you need to do, because some people are saying that we don't see where to generate reports, is because you did not do the next thing that I'm going to show you now. You can see select medical investigation staff. So select the staff who you want to be part of the investigation. By default, it will be in this manner. You see, the person, if it's in this gray color, the person does not have access. So for you to give them access, you need to toggle it to turn blue. So let me do that before you right now. So these are all the staff who have been enrolled using the previous process we just finished now. So I want to give them access to run lab tests. You can see this is lab test. If you offer ultrasound service, you also repeat the same process here. If you also provide X-ray services, you also give them access, so that you can give variable access to different staffs. So now I'm going to use this to demonstrate to you. I click on this, is on, access enabled, access enabled. So once this is done, the staff in question will have access to run lab tests and generate results. Now let's proceed and do other things. I still click on that icon I mentioned before, because for every service you provide, there is a price to it. So here you set your prices. You can see lab test price, please open it. Now you can see hematology test. Click on add price and cost. Click on it. You open it. So this is where you add your prices. So let me turn it horizontal so that you can see what I'm doing. But ideally, it's better you do this in mobile, in computer. So you set price. You can see you can see the prices here. The prices are here. So you add the prices for your services. But please, I can see that this is not the way it is on the computer here. Please, you can use computer to set these prices, or if you like, since you're doing demo, you can not bother about setting prices. At least for you to see how to run a test, that's the important thing. When you log into your computer, you can do this a lot more better. Also, there's provision for you to adjust the test lab test reference values. Like you can see the value we have here. So if these values is not what you use in your lab, there's provision for you to click on edit, and this is where to add a new one. You set a new one, select the test you want to modify, select it here, select this test, and then you see the value associated with that, then modify it and click update lab test reference. So once you click on that, it will take shape. So we've done two things now: how to add your staff, how to set price, how to modify the reference value. There's see more. Now this is where you have all your record. Patient register is here, and other reports, various reports of what you are doing, especially for hospitals that are also coming here. This is where you have all your reports, and even the lab tests, we're also going to input your reporting system here, so you can have the analysis of all your lab tests here. It will be added very soon. All right, so at this point, let's now go on and run test. There's still a lot of things that are here, but I won't be able to show you everything all at once. Let's now log into a staff interface so that we can run the test proper. So I click on this icon that shaped like a half shape. Is that the logout icon, and also is where you update your profile and even put logo. I mentioned that before. So before I log in, let me just show you. So this is where you can update the information about your institution, and it's also where you change your logo. So if you click on the setting, here you can see you can pick your logo when you have one. Pick it from here from your system, and then you add your logo to this and click. Once you add it, click update picture. Don't click on start webcam, update picture. So that's how to change your logo whenever you want to. Now let me log out, and I log into a staff interface for us to round up this demonstration. This is a quick one because I don't want to take much of your time in this demo presentation. So you select your staff. This is staff ID. I've used it before, and then your lab supposed to come here, but because I have this staff enrolled in 3 different institutions, I have to select the one I prefer here. Then don't forget to check I am not a robot. Very important. Okay, login. Now the staff has logged in. You click on this again. So they have to click on that icon that has gray color with 3 horizontal lines inside it. So you see medical investigation report. That is lab test. This is for x-ray. So this is for ultrasound. This is for x-ray. Now for the lab test, you can see all the tests requested for and the cost of those services. You can see them here. Number of tests included in that patient test, the patient name, the treatment ID. Now, how do we generate the test? You click on edit, and of course somebody has requested for this test, maybe at the front end, and maybe the resident has actually picked all the tests, or the person that had the requisition of tests has selected all the tests, and the patient has already paid. So what you now do here is you can see the person has already paid, and the specimen collection date, you can select that from here. This is the icon for you to do that. You select the date from here. So I click on cancel. Then release date 2, you click on it, you select the date as well. I click on cancel because this test has already been run. So these are the tests done. You can see all the tests under complete block count, and these are the values, and these are the reference, and also the reference, you can adjust it for those that have more than one value. All right, and that reference we adjusted. This is where it's coming up in each of the tests. This is the value you got, right? And this is the test done under this section, because you know this has 3 tests in this differential white blood cell count. So you can see the test done. There are plenty of them, but this is at the reposition point is where you do that. Maybe we're going to get to that before we round up. So these are the tests. I've already done all these tests, and there's even provision for you to summarize this outcome of the test here under test result summary. This is malaria test. There are plenty of types of malaria tests in the system, but it's only this one that is selected. You can summarize this test, whether it's positive or negative. Let the patient know if you want to do that. Then lastly, this is where you now select the name of the person that run the test and the person that authorize it, that approve it. This is where you do that by clicking on this. All the people that you give access to lab test, you can select the person that approved the test, and there's provision for you to add their signature in the system. All right, and you can also change the font size of the final result. You can make it bigger or smaller, but by default is on 20. So once you have done all this, click on save, click OK, and then if you want to submit this result finally, to the patient medical record, so that when next he comes back, you can reference what you have done for the patient, and you can now cross-check the current health status and the previous one. You can actually look through previous record and review the patient medical record in their patient file. So now, to generate this report, I simply click on generate report, and that is the final result. And then this is my default printer, but if I want to change it to PDF, so I change it to PDF, and my PDF is supposed to be A4 paper, because we're going to print it in A4 paper. If you're using A5, change it to A5. So I'm using A4, so I click A4. Let me see the orientation. You can see it's on landscape. It's on landscape. So for us to get it to be portrait, we have to change it to portrait, because there's another printer I put on this system, and that is because you can see the final result for this patient. So if your phone has a Bluetooth connection, you can now send this to your printer, and you can print it from your phone. And everything we have described here also applies to the computer. In fact, it is much better if you're using computer. So this is the actual result. The other one we are saying is the PDF interface for it. So this is the result. You can see it is already signed, and you can see the QR code here. This QR code stores every information about this test you are looking at in the QR code. And if you scan it with your phone, it will automatically review if this result is the original version from the paper that you have printed out and give to the patient. If there is any form of alteration, this QR code will reveal the alteration whenever the person that receives it scans it. And this is a positive and welcome innovation in lab tests. This will help to increase the confidence and trust from results coming from your facility. All right. So, but I have not shown you how to request for a test, how to select a test for a patient. How do we do that? First of all, for a new patient, you need to register them, and you can even do it using the lab account. Click on register new patient, because you have to have a file for that patient. Please, you start by filling this patient registration form. Once you fill this form, you will have a patient ID for that patient, so you can now attend to your patient. You can see attend to patient. So on this attend to patient, there are many options to do this, but the most preferred option is attend to patient via phone number. Click on get started. Now, once you have registered your patient, all you simply need to do is to put the phone number of the patient, and you get the patient folder. So let me go back. Sorry, I clicked something and it took me somewhere else. Attend to patient, get started, enter phone number 08034891115. So you can see, once you put the phone number of the patient you have registered in your institution, click verify. You will now be in the patient folder. So, and remember we mentioned that we already have where you can send SMS to this patient inbuilt into the system. So you can send this patient SMS from here. You can type your SMS and it will be delivered in the name of your lab. Any staff working for you can send SMS on behalf of your lab from here. So once you finish typing the message, you click on send, and you can deliver this message to the patient. All right. There's also live chat. This is for you to do live chat. There is video call and there is audio call features. So this means that you can actually do telemedicine and telehealth on this system. All right. So having shown you, and you can see the previous record of this patient in the system. Permit me to turn this phone horizontally so that I can see it better. So these are the results, previous result done for this patient on the system. These are all the previous results. You can review it even on your phone. So now let me turn it again the way I put it before. Let me now go and select test I want to run for this patient. So how do you do that? You click on create new record. So once you click on create new record, right inside the patient folder, you head down to medical investigation. Click on it. It will open it. You see that you have lab requisition, X-ray requisition, and ultrasound. Now, want to run lab test, you click on lab requisition. All right, so you can see under lab test, you can see all the tests we have here. We have hematology test, complete blood count, differential blood count, chemistry test. So let's try and demonstrate with chemistry test. So I click on chemistry test. You can see it has values inbuilt. This is where the price you set in your lab. This is where it will come up even when your staff is trying to cost them. So let me quickly select some few tests just for us to demonstrate. Creatinine kinase, direct bilirubin. Then let me also select alkaline phosphate test. You can see as I'm selecting this test, system is automatically adding the price for that here. You can see 6,000 naira, 600 naira, sorry. Let me add this one too. Let's see. Now we have 800 naira there, 800 naira. Okay. And what sample are we using for this test? You can select your sample, maybe serum. So we are done. These are the reference value for male. If the person is a male, and you can also change it. You can see it has drop down. If it's a female, you can change it to a female. Right? These are all the reference value for all the tests, the one that are applicable. Let me also add sodium, potassium. All right, so I will stop it here for now. I selected different tests. So it's variable. You can select any test you want to run. Now that we have selected all these tests, I will simply click on save documentation. It's saved. So you click on bill. These are basic things you need to know. There are advanced tools here, but these are the basics. So I want us to do the basics, then we can now give you more training on the further training on this tool. X-ray, ultrasound, lab tests. I'm looking for lab tests, vaccination. So this is lab tests. And it's chemistry test that we selected, and the total amount is 1,200. That's the total value of tests we selected. So person that is costing will now just simply click on add in billing tool. Now this system has interface for health insurance. You can see capitation, fee for service, but if patient is paying out of pocket, that is where it goes. Patient pays. So you click on add item. Done. So you can see item is already added in the bill. This is billing tool, right? So you can cost many things, maybe X-ray, ultrasound, various type of tests. You can add them here as I added this. Then click on save bill. Bill is saved. Now the patient will now go to the account. When he gets to the account will be on where we have receipt payment. You can see receipt payment. So those in account will now see the bill. Can you see the bill here? 1,002, and that is the patient name, bill, lab test, receipt payment. Unpaid, yes, you can see all the paid bills. All the paid bills are marked in green, but unpaid is in red. So let's make this payment. So you click on receive. You're doing cash payment, POS, discount, whatever you want to do. So I was doing cash payment. So you click on save. Okay. Done. So now this bill is paid. So you want to print your invoice, click on invoice for this test. And that is the invoice. Thermal printer, thermal print invoice. That is the invoice. You can print it from your thermal printer if you have one. So that is the invoice for the thermal printer. If I change it to thermal printer option, if I don't have thermal printer on my phone, then it's also available on A4. If I want to print it on A4, so I click on A4, or let me do it as a PDF so that you can see it's on landscape by default because of my setting. And then I put it on A4. A4, we're rounding up A4. Yeah, this is A4. Okay. All right, so this is the invoice for the A4 option. Now let's go to, since this person has it has been costed, he has paid for it. Let's now go to those that are in the lab. It's time for you to pay to submit sample, and then they will run the test and issue the result to the patient. So you look for the patient name and the test ordered for. Patient name is John Smith, and then with the invoice, he has paid 1-2. So you can now go ahead and collect sample and add it here. So you click on edit, collect sample from the patient. What sample are you collecting? We selected it as serum. That's why we have it here. So serum. Select specimen collection date. Click on this. Is today. Set. Release date is today too. Set. Now we have to run the test. So chemistry test, we have selected serum. Let me turn it this way so I can see what I'm doing all at the same time. Sodium, that is the reference value. Let me put it at 100. This is actually meant to be done in a computer, but just for us to demonstrate. So let me put 0.2. So I put 1.5. So this is the only thing you're going to do. If this patient is a male, you put it male. But by default, it's actually male. So I just changed it before when I was doing demo. So we put 60 here. I'm using mobile to do this because I know most of you will be using mobile to watch this demo. So 0.4. And then this one, 50. All right. So I have completed it. I completed the test. If I want to interpret the result, I can do that here. So let me now save. I click on save. Say OK. Generate results. Let me close this. So this is the final result here. You can see we are finished. Permit me to turn it one more time so you can see the result better. This is the final result. The patient name. Remember, this is a demo patient, not a real patient. The QR code we're talking about. So you can scan this QR code to verify this result wherever it's presented. These are the results and the reference values, and then it's already signed by the lab scientist. If you add the person that approved it, if you want that function, it will also be there. So you can see with this software, you can run your test and upload it in the patient folder. So let me now go and upload it. I click on submit. I'm now sending it to the patient folder. Done. So where do we see it if we upload in patient folder? You now go to where we have telehealth and follow up. That is where you have patient folder for the staff, so they can follow up the work they have done. So these are all the patient folder. You can see even in the patient folder, we have video call, we have audio call, we have live chat, we have SMS, where you can send patient message maybe for a follow up. Let me do that. You can see the first icon there is for SMS, so you can send message, maybe hello, Mr. John. So once you are done, you send the SMS and the patient will receive it in their phone. But I want to also let you know that for you to use this SMS bundle, you have to purchase your SMS bundle. It's a different package. It's not included in your subscription because people can have different volume of SMS in a year. So you buy as you go, and it's just 5 naira per unit. But this is only operational in Nigeria. Those that are outside Nigeria, for now, we have not implemented it outside Nigeria, but very soon we'll add it also there. All right. So if you want to call your patient on the video call, simply click on this. You can see this is the video call. Allow. I want to allow my camera to make a video call. You can see. So my image has come up. So patient will now get a ring from me. Once he pick the call, we can now start to have conversation in real time. He will be seeing me and I will be seeing the patient at the same time. So we welcome you to come on board. There's so much we have for you, and even this is just the beginning. There's still more to what we want to do for you in order to improve practice. All we ask you is to collaborate with us, and the sky will be our limit. So thank you for watching this video up to this stage, and we invite you and we welcome your questions and queries so that we can address them as they come. All we need to do and all we care for is how we can help to improve your business so that you can do better in what you are already doing. We know you're doing well, and that is why we're still in business up to this moment. So we are only saying that if we work together, we can make you do even more better. Thanks for listening.